best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and today you're going to find out a whole lot of reasons why we are the best town around. Joining me to my right is Carolyn Ehrlich, former councilwoman and current chief of staff. And to my left is Casey Wagner. He's a special assistant to the business administrator. We all work together in town hall, and we are about to bring you Tooling Around the Town 2018. We have 18 different houses we're going to go to today, all around different parts of Woodbridge, with all different groups volunteering to help, all different restaurants and companies bringing water and food and lunch and everything. It's a whole big effort. And Carolyn, you were there back in 1999 when we started this. You were on the council. I was the town CFO. And Donna Brightman, who runs our housing authority, had seen a similar program up in Patterson.
Yep.
It was called Christmas in April back then. We brought it to Woodbridge, and here it is 19 years later, still going strong.
It is great, and there's a reason why 19 years later it's still going strong, because it's such a phenomenal program. You know, I said to John earlier, and he just said it again, he always says this is the best town around. But when you spend a day like today with hundreds of people volunteering, businesses coming out and giving their time and their money, and town hall, and everybody working together to help people fix up their homes who could not do it without it, and then you listen to their stories, and it brings tears to your eyes. It's just all so touching, and it makes what we do really so much more important, and it's just a great program, and hopefully we'll be doing it for many more years.
Yep, I'm in. And Casey, as I said, works in the mayor's office, and he's the guy coordinating everything. It's a logistical, I wouldn't say it's a nightmare, it's just a lot of work.
Yes.
It's a lot of work. Tell me about how you go about all this.
I wasn't quite there in 1999, but it's my third year running it now. Made some changes. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of volunteers, a lot of businesses, a lot of homes. I may complain once or twice throughout the process, but like Carol said, you show up the day of, you see the businesses, all the same businesses participate, the homeowners, the volunteers, hundreds of people giving up their Saturday. It's just a great program.
And people find out about it a whole host of different ways. We have our newsletters, we have attachments in the bills we send out. Some watch it on TV, some learn from going to senior clubs. So if you're watching this means this year's program is already over. But we're always looking for people who need help with work around the house, primarily painting and landscaping, I would say. But occasionally we can do more technical work, some carpentry, some electric, some plumbing, depending on the volunteers we get. But we've had some people, this is our 20th year. Some of these groups have been doing it for 20 years.
Since we started.
Once
you do it, you don't want to stop.
Yep. Jim Nolan's had a crew. I'm thinking Shell and Motiva has had a crew.
Eddie McSherry's the same.
Eddie Mack with the American Irish Association's had a crew. They've been doing this for 20 full years.
Right.
Yeah. It's just amazing.
Yeah,
and some of the people, individual people, have been doing it for 20 years.
And I think, like you said, even though obviously today the program's happening, some of the homes we're doing today are applications we got April of last year. I hold on to them, I save them, and we always get back to them when we can.
Right. And today we'll go around and we'll see people that see the work being done, and they'll say, hey, how about me next year?
Absolutely.
Which is fine.
We're happy to help.
Go ahead. You said something else?
I just want to say something about Casey. One of my kind of proverbs is that if you do a job and you like, oh my God, I can't do this, it's so much work, you're not doing the job well. But when you make a job look easy, you know you're doing a good job. And Casey, this was a hard job, and he never complained. He made it look easy, and he's got another very hard job. He is the special assistant to the BA, which is a full-time job plus some, as it is, and we have a new BA, and he would look out of his office, and Casey's desk is right there, and he would go, "Where's Dick Casey?" And we would go tooling. Right.
Little old 80 and
I
getting ready to.
It's over for 3 more weeks.
Right. But he'll be happy to have you back. So thank you for the great job that you do.
You have to get out there and talk to the people.
Have
You got to see what needs to be done. You got to make sure they qualify to have it done, and you got to figure out who's the right group to put with it. Like, for example, today you'll take Nolan. He'll be the house with a whole lot of carpentry work, and he's got a whole lot of really expert carpenters that work with him. Other people are strong at different things, so you really have to do the job. And like Carol said, when it looks easy, it probably isn't, but that's because you did it well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for watching, folks. Stay with us for the rest of the show here, and see you Tooling Around the Township 2018. young lady I've known for over 20 years, Fran Brown. Fran, tell me a little bit about what's going on here. What are they doing to your house?
They're going to repair various places where I need repairs.
Okay. And I heard something about windows.
They're going to, I guess they're going to do the window too.
All right. We got, fortunately, the American Irish Association of Woodbridge is the group that's sponsoring this house, which normally would scare you. To think of this many Irish workers trying to do quality work, but fortunately they have one good guy, and it's Eddie McSherry.
We have many good guys.
Eddie, I'm kidding. Tell me about what you're going to do here.
Hi. Yes, the American Irish are very capable, and we have a lot of good guys. John's only busting us, but
he's the only one that can't do anything.
I'm thinking of myself.
Right.
We're gonna paint the living room and the family room for Fran. We're gonna paint the garage. We're going to replace windows in the basement. We're going to redo the front windows. We're going to take out the storms and re-caulk and refinish. The family room has windows that we're going to take out and fix the wood around it. It's rotten. And fix the railing in the front, which is guys from the Woodbridge Township Department of Public Works made brackets for. So yeah, there's a lot of things we're going to do, and we're going to make sure that Fran's in good shape when we leave. We also want to thank Not Just Bagels for donating the breakfast and the coffee. We also want to thank DePrill Catering and San Remo's Pizza.
You can introduce your crew. You got Barbara, Jim, Michelle. You got Eddie over there. You even got Ray. This is what a problem for you, man. This is going to be difficult.
Ray, you want to say a few words?
Who's going to babysit Ray?
Ray, you want to say a few words?
If you take the darn bagel out of your hand.
Yeah. Like John always said, the only thing I do is hand out sandwiches and coffee. But we have a great work crew. Tooling around is so beneficial to our community and the people that live here. And to have them have comfortable living and nice looking homes, and we're here to help them do that.
All right, we got Carolyn Ehrlich, who was on the town council. She's our chief of staff now. She was on the council when this whole program started, 20 years ago, 1999. I think this must be the 20th year we're doing this.
I think it is.
Hard to believe.
So you know Franny too from the
Oh my gosh, Fran and I go back a long way. It's so good to see you and to be here at your house. And it's really heartening because I think everybody standing here has been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah, so
it's like Old Home Week. So thank you for all your volunteering in this. It is a totally wonderful program, and we couldn't be doing it for a better person. I love you, Fran.
Fran was so shy, like you were so afraid to ask me, right? Do you think you can do a little work around my house? I said, are you kidding me? So we know each other from the Ford's Women's Club, right? From what, the mid-90s?
Right, and I want to thank you very, very much for what you've done for me and what you will be doing for me.
No problem. I'm not doing anything. Fortunately for you, I'm not doing anything. I'm just driving around and I just do TV. Great, Councilman Carey, you want to say anything?
Good. How do you top that? That was
Can't
great.
top that. All right, Fran. We're happy to help.
The Mayor's Advisory Committee.
Mac, I saw Dwight Glenn here. Yeah. And Al's a talented guy. I know he did used to work for the guy. Countertops. Right.
He's actually renovated entire kitchens on this project.
Oh, wow, okay. All right, well, thanks for watching. We'll be back with the next house. Okay, we're here now at the home of Ed and Carol Churchill in Island with their dog Rocky, and they got a great crew here. We have Aquila Landscaping, we have Vito Mazza, we have Jim Limo and Strawberries, all here to help this lovely couple. Tell me, first of all, how'd you find out about the program?
From the town flyer.
Okay.
Yeah, we read it all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
How does it look? You like it?
Yeah, it's nice. Really informative.
Gives you a lot of good information, right?
Yes, very much.
So you saw the story about it, and you just called up and put your name in?
Yeah, we called up City Hall, and she sent us the form, the lady. And,
oh, wow, this stuff does work.
Yeah,
That's great.
It was very good.
So tell me what's going to be done today?
My husband won't know.
Well, I was told they're going to, Greg says they're going to clear up all the leaves and stuff.
Okay. You got to give more work than that. This guy's
Well,
talented.
they were here Monday, and they cut down the tree, and they did a lot of work Monday.
Where'd you cut down the tree?
The branches here and the branches
Oh, I got it. So they've already done some work for
yeah,
you.
we own 3 trees practically.
Oh, okay, great. Let me turn it over to Greg. Then you tell me about what you've done and what you're going to do.
We're going to do a complete cleanup today, trim everything, pick up all the leaves, make the house look pretty.
All right.
We had expert tree service here. He trimmed the trees for us.
Okay.
And we have, as I said, we have Vito Mazza, we have Gem Limo, Strawberry's Pub helping us today.
That tree almost looks like it's not even real. Like it's got that look, right?
It looks like tree.
It really is a different looking tree. And Mazza from Vito Mazza, tell me about what you guys are going to do. You're going to do their hair while they'll do the work?
No.
You're going to work? What are you going to do?
I'm going to work. Well, we got our kids doing some community service with us today. We're very excited to be here with this great group. We love these guys, and it's just so great to be part of the township and to give back and do something great. So it fits in with our core values, and we're excited to be here.
Terrific. Vito, want to say anything? You're leaving it up to your wife.
Leave it up to the missus. We're just happy to be here. It's a great program the town puts on, so let's get started.
And we got Joe Galino, who owns Strawberry's Pub and Gem Limousine right next door. Joe, tell me a little bit about your involvement.
We do this every year. We like to be part of the community. It feels good to contribute to a good cause. When you see the homeowners and you get to meet them, it just feels right.
Good.
And and Greg's going to put us. We're good laborers, right? It's my
We're going to try.
And just you tell me what to do, and we're going to be all over it. And thank you so much.
All right, thanks. Anything more you want to say? I'm thrilled that it actually works. Like people read the story.
Yeah, it was great. The
Turn,
fire
here,
and everything.
look this way. No, turn around. Look that way. Yep.
Rocky's got me twisted up here.
Who got the food? Who did the food today?
We have Muscle Maker Grill is supplying us with lunch.
Okay. And you brought the bagels?
The bagels.
And we might head to Strawberries later.
Oh, all right. I think you have to. I think that's a requirement. Strawberries is up Route 35 on the way toward Perth Amboy on the left. They'll take you. You can follow them. Yeah.
Gonna go have lunch.
Oh, great. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with the next home. Rosemary Iorillo on Plymouth Drive, and we got Jim Nolan, the captain, and John Cook from the St. John's Youth Group, and they're all here to help you. Tell me, Rosemary, what are they doing for your house here?
They're doing everything.
It sure looks that way.
They're helping me with a new porch, fencing, chimney, everything. I'm so grateful for it.
How did you find out about the program?
Oh, I was instrumental in getting the people next door's house done years ago. I knew about it, and we needed help this year, so I called the right people.
And Jim, you always have probably the most talented crew of any we ever have. I see more saws and heavy equipment back there. Tell me about what you're doing here.
In the back, we're doing a porch, like about a 4-foot by 4-foot porch with steps. There's an existing deck. A lot of the decking was rotted out, so we're replacing a lot of the decking. You can see we're doing some electrical work, cleaning up. There was a bunch of outlets that were in pretty bad shape outside. They're all being replaced. A few more in the back. There's a pool deck that's being worked on. There's about 30, 40 feet of fence. We're putting a new fence in the back, new kitchen faucet, and working on the bathroom faucet.
And Johnny, you're up here with your tool belt doing some work. Tell me about the project.
Yeah, right now we're just doing some outdoor electrical work, replacing some outlets and some covers, some boxes that just had faded with time.
And how do you get these are all your friends, everybody here that's working for you. You got Palumbo back there. I haven't seen Hank yet, but your two brother-in-laws are here. How do you put together so many talented people?
Just lucky. I've done a lot of projects in the past, and I pick up volunteers as time goes on. I've been doing it for a long time. So
you've been doing this since we started, too, right?
Yeah, since the first
year.
So
since 1999,
yeah.
right?
I actually started with John almost 20 years ago with the church group, that's how I kind of got started into it.
Oh, that's right. You guys go to Appalachia every year. Maybe not anymore.
Maybe not anymore. We did close to 20 years.
20 years of going down and actually building a house.
Yeah.
From scratch.
No, we did a lot of
you
repair
renovate?
work.
Oh, you do? Okay.
A lot of it was trailers. Some of it was stick homes.
And that's with the kids from the St. John's and St. Cecilia's youth groups?
Correct.
That's an amazing project. You got a week in Appalachia where there's nothing going on, and all they do is work for the whole week building houses and renovating houses. You got a great crew here, Mrs. Iarillo.
I know I do. I'm so grateful for them. I truly, truly am.
And I went to grammar school with your son, Barry.
Yes, you did.
Yep,
Yes,
you got to tell him I said hello. I saw him at our
will.
reunion last year. I hadn't seen him in like 30 years.
And he said he'll be back for the next one because
All right,
he
great.
had such a great
It was
time.
fun. It was a lot of
Yes,
fun.
it was.
All right, thanks, folks. We'll be back. Okay, we're here now with Sabrina Garrettson on my left. She's the homeowner here on West Francis Street in Island. To my right is one of our long-time, as long as anybody since it started, Sean Murphy from Motiva, and Amanda Ponick, our youngest helper so far, so I wanted to make sure we got her on. Let me start with you, Sabrina. How'd you find out about the program?
It was in my sewer bill, actually.
It was in your sewer bill. Wow. All right, so people do read the stuff we put in the sewer bills. And you saw it, it said, described it, and...
Yes, it just pretty much asked if there was anything that I needed help with, and I've been working on my house for some years, and I had kind of just got worn out, and I don't have a green thumb, and so I said I really needed help with outdoor stuff, and
that's what the
so
group here is good at.
Yeah, so I asked for a list of what it is that you needed. And I did it, and I didn't think anything else of it. And so when they contacted me, I was really surprised.
Oh, wow, good. That's the way it's supposed to work. And Sean, like I said, you've been doing this since the beginning. Shell, Motiva, Shell, whatever the company changes the name, the company's always out here.
Yeah, we're always here to help. You're right. The last 19 years we were Motiva, and we're back to Shell again, and happy to help.
Just give me more than that. You guys do some of the toughest houses and some of the most talented work.
Well, we appreciate that, but we've got an awful lot of good contractors that work for us, as well as a lot of employees. So it often starts with the people that work around the plant who've offered to help. So we had Mid-States and Ultimate Fence who came in and helped with the fence. And Nelson was here to get rid of some of the branches. These are the same guys that from Classic Coatings that paint our tanks, who offered to help and paint that house. So we had Treeminator, took down some trees, and Rich Ponick's landscaping, he was out here. But we have an awful lot of people after the fact who work up and down the halls, who come and pitch in.
That's a great concept because you use a whole bunch of different businesses and contractors in your business, and you just ask them, I guess, as a result of you giving them all the work, to just give a few hours on a Saturday and give something back to you guys.
A lot of times they do a lot of the stuff before we get here, and then all of our volunteers in the plant end up planting bushes, planting trees.
You're doing this little sidewalk here, little
grass. There was a sewer line replaced here, but grass
Oh,
wasn't
is that
growing
what
on
it was?
So we
Oh,
covered it up
okay.
with topsoil, but the neighbors got an awful lot of stuff in the yard, and we've been trucking it out to the street for them.
That's pretty appropriate. Your sewer bill led you to the project, and you got your sewer line done. All right. So, Amanda, tell me about why you come out and why you think it's important to help.
Well, I like coming out and helping the community because I like seeing smiles on people's faces.
Oh, wow. Perfect. What else? Where do you go to school?
Perth Amboy Catholic.
Okay. I never heard of Perth Amboy Catholic. Oh, okay. How do you like it?
It's a great school.
Oh, yeah? It's not in Woodbridge. It can't be that great.
No.
And you're here helping your dad?
Mm-hmm.
And he does landscaping?
Mm-hmm.
Give a plug for your dad's business.
Richie's Landscaping.
He also works at Shell.
Okay.
And I forgot to mention Simpson and Brown ended up putting in a patio. And Woodbridge Deli is supposed to feed us today.
And you got more than you asked for, because when you got here, I guess the house next door needs some work, even though they didn't sign up for it. But you wound up doing double duty, kind of.
Yeah, this house was sided, and we had painters looking to help. His house happened to be dark purple, and it's different now.
Yeah, okay. Well, not only is your house getting done, but the whole street's going to look better when two houses like this look so much better.
Yes.
All right, great. The next door neighbor?
On this side.
Oh, you're out to help?
She needs help.
All right.
Use help.
Give us a quick list and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, right. All right, thanks for watching. We'll be back. Okay, we're here now at the Islam Library, where the Garden for the Blind has been located for a long, long time. Behind me somewhere here is Angie. You're now the president of the club. Tell me about the garden, and then tell me about what's going on today.
Okay, the garden was established back in the 70s, and it just started out as this area up here on top, and it's technically the Garden for the Blind and the Handicapped. You know, it's a feely, touchy, smelly type garden.
So you can actually get Braille, and you can know what flower you're smelling.
That's eventually going to happen. Unfortunately, they've kind of worn out over the years.
Oh, they
so
have?
We have
Okay.
to
We got to do them. Okay.
redone, yeah.
Okay.
And as the membership moved on, we just kind of moved all the way down to the end of the street. And
Pretty soon you're going to go across and take over that house.
I know, it could be, you know. And what happens then is it's a lot more work for everybody. So we used to have like the rose garden over here. We move things around. We're trying to make it as a sustainable garden that we don't need to spend a lot of time watering and all that kind of things. That's not going to work because our sprinkler system doesn't work anymore. And I guess it's about 5-6 years now, right, Christina, that we've been working together with the Island Middle School. It used to be for National Public Lands Day in the fall, and last year we started with the Toolin' Around Town, who's been helping us out. So the kids come and they really work very hard. They spread mulch, as you can see. They weed. You know, we all know weeds are the best thing that grows in the garden. They weed for us. And they just keep the garden going, and hopefully that people come and enjoy our garden here, the things that are blooming. We don't have as much like annual flowers anymore because they need more water, but we're working on the bones of the garden to make sure that that it'll have flowering in the spring with the azaleas. Some need to be replaced. A few years ago when we had Sandy, we lost a few trees, so what started out as a shade garden is now more or less a sun garden, so we improvise as we go along, and as I said, it's all done by volunteers.
Tell me, is this a certain club in the school, or is it just a bunch of kids who want to help?
It's like a mix.
It's like a garden club.
There is a garden club?
Yep.
Okay, and it's some of you here from the garden club, and some of you just because you want to help out?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What's it like helping out? What do you think?
I feel like we should help the community and help improve for everyone, like improve service for everyone, not just for ourselves.
Oh, very good, very good. And I see we got Miss Buffumi over there, Gloria Buffumi. We have Brenda Crespo over there, and Christina, come on over if you don't mind. I see you twice a year. We see each other at the St. Anthony's Christmas dinner. We see you every time, and now we see you once a year here. Tell me about the group.
All right, as Angie had mentioned, we've been doing this for a number of years, 5 or 6 years now. The group here is majority garden club, but again, we have other students from the school who have volunteered, coming out as they always do, always providing assistance for the community, giving up their time, volunteering, and they do a fantastic work. Other than Angie had mentioned about the planting and the mulching, we've had some very strong students here also taking out some plants that have died over the years that would have been just left to kind of look not so nice. So by them removing those, now we can put in new plants and really give the garden a fresher, nice appearance.
Great.
So I can never thank the students enough. They always come through. They always volunteer their time.
You're mostly sixth graders? Seventh?
We have
seventh graders. Okay.
A little bit of combination.
7th and 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So yeah, everybody. It's fantastic. I'm so proud of them. They always give up their time to volunteer for the community.
Very proud.
Right.
How many of you guys have been here before? Last year, let's say. Wow, look at that. They come back. Wow, that's great.
Or even some of this crew have been here in the fall, and we planted bulbs down by the road, and now they can see those bulbs blooming. So they can see their work, coming to full bloom. No pun intended.
What else does, young lady, what else does the garden club do besides this project? Are you in the garden club?
No.
Oh, who's in the garden club? Who's in the, anybody want to? You good.
We usually, outside our school, we try to keep our school clean, and we make it more beautiful, planting flowers, cleaning up weeds.
All right.
And mulching as
do
well.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
we do mulching.
We usually do the same thing at Island Middle School too.
You do? Okay.
Try to make our school look the best.
The best. That's what I like. Everything should be the best, right?
Yep.
You're in the best town around. You might as well have the best school around.
Should be unique.
Should be unique. You're right. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much. This is wonderful that you guys spend a Saturday morning when you could be doing who knows what you do. You're down here helping people, which is great. So thank you all for that. All right, now get back to work. On Chain Hills Road. With me is Jim Barahiko, a very talented general manager of Woodbridge Center, so the guy knows what he's doing, and Jonathan Treebwasser from our Board of Ed, who just comes out and volunteers every year. Jimmy, tell me what you're doing at this house here. It looks like a little off.
We're reframing a doorway that has rotted over the years, and putting in new plexiglass and screen to secure it so that the animals and little critters from the backyard will stay out of it.
Okay, and I'm told that Woodbridge Pool's coming to work on the pool in front of us there and drain that and clean it up.
And Delta Plumbing's coming in to work inside it there, and Chick-fil-A is supplying lunch for us today.
You know, it's not even 10:30, but I might stay and wait for Chick-fil-A. They're the best, aren't they?
They are the best, and we also had landscape horticulture here yesterday, and they cleaned up the yard and took out all the branches and debris and cut back a lot of this ivy. So the house is starting to shape up and look pretty good.
Good, good. Jonathan, you do this every year. Tell me about your involvement.
I certainly do. I try to help out wherever I can. Luckily, I got great guidance from Jim, and hopefully we'll get this project done correctly.
It's nice to have a guy that knows what he's doing, telling you what to do, right?
Absolutely.
We have a whole crew here that knows what they're doing.
Yeah,
we got a
looks
good
that
team.
way. Yeah, really
good guys.
Yeah. Anytime I see power saws, I know people have to know what they're doing.
Yes.
All right, thanks. We'll be back, folks. We're here now in Avenel with Janet Maurer on Maryline Avenue and her daughter Stacy. We're joined by the crew from Atlantic Realty and the Woodbridge PBA. They're all here helping out. And Janet, tell me what's going on today. How did you find out about the program to begin with?
Al Dudis and Denise has helped me immensely, and Billy, and they suggested it and brought it to you, and you went with it, and
okay.
I appreciate it immensely, and all the help, and I can't thank everyone enough.
That's good. That's good. Tell me what they're doing for you.
Oh, they did the floors. They re-sheet-rocked and framed my bedroom. They've been helping me clean and paint. It's amazing.
All right. And Stace, what do you feel about the program? You're
it's
from
great.
Woodbridge yourself.
No, that's a great thing for the community. You know, when people can afford it, improves the neighborhood. It makes everybody happy.
And Al Dudis, good. I'm sorry.
Gives everybody an uplift.
Oh, sure, absolutely, absolutely. Al Dudis is a longtime officer with the Woodbridge Township Police Department. Also, one of the guys who's run our Mayor's Fluke tournament every year. Does an amazing amount of work with that. Tell me about the involvement here of the police officers.
Well, I got Detective Yannick with me, Marcio Amaro, Doug Cioni, my stepbrother Rob. This is the crew from Atlantic Realty. My nephew Billy, the station
works there.
Mass.
Yep.
Sam. So I made the phone calls, and these guys donated their Saturday to come down and help, and they're doing a great job.
And Sam, you're running the project over. One of the most beautiful projects in town is the Station Village Apartments. We just rolled by there. You're just moving like gangbusters there.
But we always find time to help out the community.
And you also get some of your contractors involved, right? The people that work for you. You ask them to come in and help out.
We do. We got EDI Construction to come help out with the sheetrock and Flooring Central to redo the floors, and they all did it for free. We're always happy to help out.
And we love that project, like I said. Are you familiar with that over on by Avenel? They're absolutely beautiful apartments.
And we understand Sharon from Not Just Bagels is making a food delivery, and we thank Sharon very much. She always has a great turnout for the flute tournament and what she's doing for us today.
Yeah, Sharon's the best. All right, well, thanks very much. Anything else you want to say?
I want to just thank you.
Don't look at me. These guys are doing the work.
Everybody. Casey, I don't see Casey.
Casey's
here.
over there. Yeah, he's the guy that
you.
puts it together. We'll get him later. We'll get him on TV later.
Okay, I just thank you.
Well, thank you for letting us help. Thank you. Okay, we're here now with one of my favorite groups in Woodbridge Township, Boy Scout Troop 143. And they're here doing some work at the Avenel VFW, which gets an annual cleanup here. Where could the commander go? One of you guys get the... Come on. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Come on over. I'm going to ask some questions on TV. First, let me start with you guys. Who's in charge of the project for you guys? Who's the senior patrol leader? Is he here?
He's not here today.
Not here today? Commander, excuse me. Tell me a little bit about the project, what's going on, and what these wonderful young men are doing for you.
Well, basically, our property's kind of like overgrown and stuff like that. They're coming down. We're removing a whole lot of rubbish, cleaning up the woods in the back, and making it look a whole lot better around here.
If he just, Jimmy Kroll said, look over there, look at all the work you guys have already done with that big pile of brush and leaves. That's pretty amazing work.
It is, it is. I really appreciate everybody's efforts and all the work that's going on between the landscape contractor that was here. He donated his time and his guys, and everybody here that's working. This is how a community works together.
Oh, perfect. How about you, man? What did you tell me about the project?
It's a really fun project.
Why?
Because we got to clean up the community.
All right. How about you, man?
It's really nice to do for the community, and I think they deserve it.
And how about the fact that it's veterans? You're helping out a bunch of veterans. I mean, if you guys didn't do this work, they'd have to pay, and who has that kind of money? So you guys come out and do it for them. How does it feel, the fact that it's veterans?
It's an honor to be able to do this for people who have actually served our country, and I'm very glad that I'm able to give back to my community.
That's perfect, perfect. How about you girls? How long have you been in Boy Scouts? Come on over. Come on over. How long have you been a Boy Scout?
Not too long. I'm a Boy Scout.
What are you doing here? Who were you with, and why are you helping?
My dad's here, and I just like helping out, you know.
All right, great. You too?
Yeah, my brother and my dad are here.
So you just come out and help out too? That's terrific. Yeah. That's great. How about you, little guy? Come on over. Tell me what's going on here.
Oh, it's really nice to help people because they don't have sometimes they don't have the money to afford it. Because people try to people want if they help them, they want money for it, right?
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
So, but we're doing it for free.
All right, perfect. How many of you guys are Life Scouts looking for Eagle projects? You are? All right, we got to talk. We got a lot of stuff we need to get done in this town. We'll talk soon. Anybody else want to say anything?
Jim's the main guy that helped
Jimmy, I know, yeah.
Help me coordinate all this.
All right, tell me about what's going on.
Yeah, we got the kids working, cleaning up the woods back here. We removed a lot of dead wood, a lot of underbrush, cleaned up, let everything be nice and natural there, get rid of a lot of the extra stuff.
And is this a specific badge that anybody gets for this, or just they're all doing it because they want to help?
Just to help. Just no badge. We'd like to thank Pino's. They're going to bring lunch for us, and also Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, Buffalo, you guys got BWW? Man, I might stay.
We had SSR Landscaping over there giving us a hand
Smolder,
also.
Bobby Smolder,
yes.
right, I saw that, okay.
He gave us a hand.
Good, I'm glad you remembered to put those plugs in because I forgot. Thanks. All right, guys, thank you all very much. Waving the camera, say Troop 143.
Troop 143.
All right, thank you. We'll be back.
Back to work.
Yeah, now get back to work. Thanks, guys. Now at the home of Francis and Avenel, and it's really a case of Avenel helping Avenel, as we have the Avenel Fire Department and the Avenel Presbyterian Church here helping Francis out. Francis, why don't you start by telling me what's going on here?
What's going on? They're doing my porch for me, painting it, putting something around it. They're filling all my holes in my ground. They're spraying my house and my sidewalks.
Looks like they're painting the deck.
Yes, painting the deck.
All right.
And I'm thankful for what everybody's doing. The firehouse,
and the church.
Presbyterian Church. They even, the guy from the Presbyterian Church is does electric. He changed my 3 smoke things and smoke alarms for me in the house.
You got a lot being
by
done.
The fire department.
So, between the fire department and the Presbyterian Church, and we can't forget the children that came.
We're going to talk about them. Yep.
They've been shoveling dirt, raking,
Painting. Washing.
Oh, I don't know. I can't see around the corner, but I'm very thankful. And I have to thank the mayor for what he is doing for us seniors.
Atta girl.
We're proud to be here.
All right.
And could I mention the buses?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're talking good things. Go ahead.
Could I do it?
Keep going.
We just recently got the senior transportation buses. Do you want to know where I go?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Just keep in mind this is a family TV station.
Okay. I go to the Evergreen Center. I'll just tell you what I do on Mondays. I go more, but on Mondays, I do exercise twice a week. I sing in the music room. I also play bingo 2 hours. And
tell me about Tuesday.
Tuesday is my day off.
Oh. What was that, work?
Oh, I have to tell you. This mayor is at every luncheon. This is the second time I've seen the mayor of Woodbridge.
Second time when? This week?
You said to me at the table, at the luncheon, at the Evergreen.
Right.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
I always say, hi, ladies. How are you?
And then you walk around.
Yeah.
And talk to everybody.
Can I bring you on my campaign next year? Can you
If
follow me
you
around?
would.
Yeah. I'm just going to bring you and have you talk to people. I don't have to do anything else, just have to have you talk.
Oh, I have one more thing. I'm proud to be in Avenel 51 years.
All right. All right, let me ask Matt to say a few words here on behalf of the firehouse.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You're fun. Go ahead, tell me about who you got out here and what kind of work you're doing.
We got a good crew of guys, about 10 guys. Also, my son came out to help. Also, our local councilman, Corey Spiller, he was here earlier. He's bouncing throughout the town. Just a few things. There was a small list Francis gave Casey in the town. She had a few other safety issues that she asked us that we could address. So, of course, we pitched right in. We're taking care of just a couple things to make her quality of life a little better. Of course, this great program that the mayor runs. We do it probably about 6 years now, and we're going to keep going. I'd also just want to thank Mulberry Street for their generous donation of food for the crew today.
And Pastor Lauer, Avenel Presbyterian Church.
Oh,
you guys have been here for several years in a row now.
Yeah, we've been here almost 5 years. We have Bob Service, Belinda Kirshner, Austin Matthews, leader of our youth ministry and our youth group. And we're painting, power washing, doing the same as the fire department. We're glad to work with them.
Great. And little guy here, tell me about what I saw you power washing the sidewalk over there. Where were you? What group are you with?
I'm with my dad and the fire department.
Okay, and tell me what kind of work you're doing.
I'm painting and I'm doing construction work like my dad, with my dad.
And how does it feel to be see a nice lady sitting here that can't get the work done, knowing that you're coming out to help her do it?
It feels good.
All right. That's it? Come on, tell me more.
Feels good, awesome, amazing.
All right. That's good. All right. Well, thanks for watching, folks. We'll be back. the home now of Michael and Josephine Valillo in Avenel. Unfortunately, they are not here because they had already signed up for a pool tournament at the Woodbridge Community Center. They are very long time, I guess, original members of the Woodbridge Billiards Club. They're wonderful people, but you cannot take them away from the pool table, even with the 100 people at their house fixing it up. They're still up there playing pool, which is okay. But we have a very unique two groups today. The first is, it just says on my schedule, Group of Deacons, led by Peter Barcelona. So tell me what that means, Peter.
Thank you, Mayor. We are here from the Diocese of Metuchen, the deacons from the Diocese of Metuchen, about 15 of us, their wives, some children, and we've taken on a service project tooling around town this year. This is our first year as a group. This is the 50th anniversary of our renewal of the Order of Diaconate in the United States. So we've decided part of our core ministry is the ministry of service. So this is our first project. We'll be doing 3 other projects throughout the year, throughout the 4 counties in the diocese, and then wrap it up with a dinner dance with the bishop in the fall. So we've decided, I've got some of my fellow deacons, some are here from as far as Annandale, Hillsborough, and their wives, and as I said, their children, here doing a service project, giving back to the community, and living out our ministry of service to others.
From Woodbridge, we have St. John Vianney, we have
St. John Vianney, St. James, St. Anthony of Padua. We have Mary Mother of God Hillsborough, Immaculate Conception Spotswood, Immaculate Conception Annandale, St. Cecilia's. St. Cecilia's.
St. Cecilia's. I should know
so,
that.
It's our way of visually giving back to the public as service to others, which is our call in our ministry to help others.
I'll be at your parish tomorrow morning, and the bishop's coming for 9:30 Mass. Father Smith called me up and said, you better be there. And we also have the Key Club from John F. Kennedy High School. Amy Velasco is the advisor. Tell me about the group.
Okay, so we're from the Key Club of JFK High School, and the Key Club is a community service organization. It's part of a larger network of schools all throughout New Jersey and the rest of the country, larger part of the Kiwanis organization. But we do community service projects, not just here, but we also do like walks to benefit the MS Foundation, as well as the Melanoma Society. We've made Operation Christmas Child shoeboxes and lots of different organizations, but this is always my students' favorite way to give back to the community. Every year they tell me that how nice it is to be able to interact with the people who you're benefiting, who you're working with. So thank you for having us here.
Young lady, you told me you were the vice president?
Yes.
So tell me your name.
Hi, I'm Hethel Ladd, and I've been doing a Key Club for the past 4 years throughout my entire high school career, basically. And it's really rewarding to do tooling around the township because you actually get to see the impact from when you come in first to when you leave, because there's such a drastic difference, and I really enjoy that.
Okay, great. Anybody else want to say anything? Are you Key Club got people? No, you're all too shy? Yeah, I don't. Oh, we also have to thank Nora's Deli. We're in Avenel. Nora's Deli is right over there. They're providing a lunch today. Anything else? Father Deacon Tom, Deacon. Anybody else want to say anything?
No, good.
You're all good. You guys talk all the time, and now you're shy.
We're worn out from working.
You guys can get up and talk. You do I listen to Deacon Tom does the homily quite a bit. You're always doing our Irish stuff, and I see all of you all the time. You can talk for 10 or 15 straight minutes off the top of your head with no speech. You're talked out. All right. Well, listen, thanks. I think this is wonderful. I think it's great, Peter. I know you put this together. I think it's just terrific that the kids here get to see role models like the deacons in our parishes coming out and giving up a Saturday morning and into the afternoon to help out. Thank you all you guys for doing the same thing. It's great. Thanks. We'll be back. Okay, we're here at Matt Place in Avenel now. To my right is Corey Spiller, our councilman here. To my other right is Richie French from our maintenance crew at the Woodbridge Community Center. To my left are Bob and Sandy. And why don't you guys tell me what's going on here at your house, Bob?
They're replacing the entire floors. They pulled up all the carpeting we had, which was in very bad shape. And they pulled up all the carpeting for us, and they're laying down all brand new hardwood floors for us, and we just can't be more thankful.
How did you find out about the program?
Sandy worked that out.
I found out by reading one of your magazines.
Oh, good. All right.
I'm so thankful to you guys. You don't know. I went through all my savings to do the work that I could do, and I knew I was penniless. I didn't know what I was going to do because the floors were so darn bad, and it was just terrible.
How long have you lived here?
About 2.5 years.
Okay. Okay.
We had no money left. We spent it on appliances, and I mean now we have washer and dryer that we can't get working, and we can't fix it. We don't have finances anymore,
right.
And we're both disabled. So it's I mean this is very
well. You're exactly the kind of people we want to help with this program.
Thank you so much.
Corey, you've been a councilman a long time. You've been doing the houses in Avenel for a long time. Tell me what your thoughts are about the program.
It's just absolutely incredible. I cannot thank all the supporters, the volunteers. Right. You go to each site and you see just 10, 20, 30, 40 people just helping our residents. I'm looking behind me, seeing the work that's getting done. It takes me an hour to change a light switch, and they're doing new floors and steps in an hour. So, but thank you to the mayor, the administration, everyone involved with this great program. And when we hear things like this, it just really warms the heart.
Makes it worthwhile. Richie, you're the talented guy here. I know you know what you're doing. It sounds like you're making the whole place over again almost.
No, we're doing everything possible we could do to make it nice and comfortable. Like I said, we're repairing all the rotted areas in the floor that we encountered and trying to lay down a new laminate and take the furniture out, put it all back in. It's a wonderful program. It's great to help people in need like that, You
even got Matt. You got Matt from the computer department, the IT department. I thought the guy only knew computers. He's out here with a hammer and a saw and doing all kinds of carpentry
work. Our
crew
are all Woodbridge Township employees.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yep. Every one of our men.
Oh, I got to go inside and see some of them.
Staff and I just want to reach out and thank Touch Italy for supplying our lunch for us. And really great program. So many people get together to make it all happen. Unbelievable.
Terrific.
Yeah, these guys are wonderful. I mean they're getting all this done in one day. It's unbelievable.
Well, thanks for letting us help you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back. Okay, we're here now at the home of Doris on Bamford Avenue in Woodbridge. She's being joined on the porch here by Nancy Drum, our first ward councilwoman who covers this area. And this is the wonderful congregation of Metro Park Assembly of God Church, led by this man here, Pastor Leslie Samuel. Let me start with Doris. Doris, take the microphone here and tell me what's all happening here today.
I'll hold it for you.
Oh, they're doing a wonderful job on my property that's been a mess for 20 years at least, and it's starting to look good again. They're great people, great mayor, great Nancy, great volunteers and donators. I love you all. You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
You made a happy old lady out of me.
How did you find out about the program?
From Nancy and Donna.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, reading the paper.
Right, okay, great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Lance, what do you do? The first time we've gotten to a house in Woodbridge, you've been here working yourself all day. Tell me about it.
Well, it's actually a funny story real quick. Pastor Leslie Samuel joined the Chamber of Commerce, and we set up a meet and greet a couple weeks ago just to say hi and let him know about the Chamber of Commerce. And he started talking about the congregation was doing tooling around the town. I said, oh, really? That's awesome. He's, we've been doing it for a couple years now.
A long time.
And then I said, what house will you be doing? And he said, Doris. Berry. And I said,
Stanley is another A1.
I said, are you kidding me? She's my girl. She's, we've helped her along the way, being, one of my constituents. So I said, I'll join you. So I just painted a door.
She painted my front door.
How many people can say the councilwoman painted her front door?
I know.
Pastor,
wonderful people here.
If you take the mic, tell me about, I know your parish, obviously, I've been there a few times, you do wonderful work, but tell me about your involvement with this program.
Yeah, this is our 5th year participating in this program, and last year we did a couple of houses. We're going to attempt a couple of houses again today, and it's a privilege for us to work with the township, impacting our local community, and we count it as a privilege. There's awesome people that are making this possible. Thank you so much for being here with us, and I also want to thank those who are sponsoring food, Bertucci and Rosie's Cafe for this awesome team. Yeah, thank you guys.
Okay, yeah. So tell me, you're leaving for and going to a house in Colonia. I know May Kiefer, she's in the senior club there. Wonderful lady. You're going to help her do some work too.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some yard work over there as well.
All right, the little guy over here, come here. You're one of the youngest guys I've had on TV so far today. We've been all over the place. Tell me about what you were doing today. What was your job?
My job was to paint, and that's all the job.
Did you do a good job? Yeah. How about you, young lady?
I was helping with carrying the bags and scraping the railing in the front.
Okay. Anybody else? I know I've seen you here every year. You're wearing a Yankee jersey, so you're cool. Anybody else want to say anything? You guys, who's been doing this all 5 years?
Well, we all have.
You all have. All right.
It's growing every year.
3 or 4 of them.
It gets bigger.
Well, tell me about it.
Well, I mean,
tell me about how it makes you feel.
Oh, it makes you feel great. I mean, we got a great pastor, great church, great family, great church family. We stick together, we help each other out, and it seems like every year, we get more and more people involved. And it's amazing,
So it's almost like a bonding event for the people.
It's definitely so. I mean, we usually do this on church as well, so it's a Saturday that we look forward to every year.
You guys actually look like you like each other.
Oh, no, we don't like each other. We love each other. It's totally up to the family.
All right, great. Anything last words, Doris?
Oh, just thank you again, everybody. You've been wonderful. A happy camper.
All righty, thanks.
I can't wait when I get up tomorrow and look out the windows.
All right, thanks. We'll be back, folks. Okay, we're here now in Seawarren at the condominium of Sylvia Bradley with a Cracker Jack team from Wegmans and a few extra people that come out and help every year. Let me start with you, Sylvia. Please tell us what's going on here at your condominium.
Well, I have painters coming in. They're doing painting and they're doing plastering and they're doing a very good job. I'm very happy with them. Thank you.
Well, how does people from Wegmans? I mean, they just work in a grocery store. How do they have the kind of skill necessary to do all this work? What's going on?
I don't know. I think they must be artists or something because they're doing a great job with the painting.
All right, who's going to speak on behalf of Wegmans? Hello. There you go. Okay, tell me your name and tell me your job there. And
okay, my name is Gus. I'm the service manager for Woodbridge Wegmans.
What does service manager mean?
So I'm an assistant store manager for the store.
But are you facilities? Is that you're responsible for facilities?
Responsible for the store, the facilities, especially community, and just good old customer service.
Good. And where do you guys work? What different departments? Cashiers? Deli? Bakery? Front end?
Team front end. Woo!
All right. Said all different areas, but nothing to do. None of you work in the field of painting and carpentry, or none of you work like that. But you're out here doing it.
Yep.
All right, let me test this girl with the Yankee hat. You wear a Yankee hat, you get right on TV with me, baby. What are you doing specifically?
Painting the living room, the rec room.
Okay. How did you find out about the program, Sylvia?
I found out that actually it came through the senior groups that I joined at Sycamore. The mayor came in.
Oh, when I came in, so you heard me talk about it.
Yes.
See, I do something good.
Yes, he came in, gave us applications, we filled them out.
All right.
Things went well.
Oh, I do remember that. You asked me, I remember that. Didn't you give me something, a letter or something?
I probably did.
Yeah. I'm kind of remembering that now. Yeah. Let me ask Linda. Linda's got just a group here that just comes out to help, and you're assigned to Wegmans here. Tell me about who your people are.
Sure. Linda Delaney, and these are my two girls, Melissa and Kelly. We volunteered before, and I was selected as the project coordinator this year, so I did get to meet with Mrs. Bradley earlier with my husband. We measured her rooms and made sure we had the colored painting. I went out and bought the materials, so it's a pleasure to be here.
So you do a good job, you get promoted, you know, and you become the team captain if you do a good job. Girls, you want to say anything?
Just thank you, Mrs. Bradley, for giving us the opportunity to be able to come in and help you out today.
Cool. All right. Terrific. Anybody else want to say anything?
I'm Brian McManus. I've been doing this for a number of years. I would like to thank you for having this project in the first place. And I just enjoy meeting people to work with, and I think it's great for the community. We get to meet our neighbors. You know, so many people just drive by everybody and not know who their neighbors are. And I think it's a great, roots opportunity to meet our neighbors.
Good. Well put. Well put. Well, thanks, folks.
I'd also like to thank
we forgot to thank the pizza place.
Yes, if we can thank Bellini's for providing a wonderful lunch, pizzas for us. Thank you.
And water. Who got the water?
Wegmans.
Wegmans provided the water.
Yep,
Okay.
Wegmans provided.
All right. Listen, you guys are doing great. You do. We were just there meeting the. Who's Joe Sophia? He's like the manager of the managers, right? He's a regional guy. Sophia. Yeah, we just met him with your manager a couple of weeks ago. We had breakfast up there with him. You guys have great food, I'm telling you. Great breakfast food. I love it. Love it. All right. Thanks, folks. We'll be back. Okay, we're here now at the home of Nick and Rita on Lake Avenel in Colonia. Joining me is Councilwoman Debbie Meehan and the great crew from Lightbridge Academy. And let me start with Nick and Rita. Tell me about the work that's being done here.
Fantastic. It's so hard to get the small jobs done that we really need to get done, and they did a fantastic job.
What did they do specifically? What kind of work?
They did the gutters. They painted the foundation. They did... They painted the deck in the back. They painted the garage.
All right.
In and out. And the old weeds and all that were there. And then we had chairs that have been here since we're here, 60 years.
Wow.
Yes, we are. And as you can see, they couldn't get the chairs out. They're so old. They had problems with that. But they got it done, let me tell you. Fantastic. I thank you. We thank you all.
Well, they had the horses years ago. No.
Were horses here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right next door. Ballard's Farms used to be here.
With real horses?
Real horses,
No
yes.
kidding. Wow.
Yes.
Learn something new every day.
This is not the Lake Avenue you see today that we had years ago. No.
The first stop with Debbie Meehan, Councilwoman, her first stop in Colonia for the day. We have a few more. Tell me about your feeling about the program.
The program is fantastic, and for all of you to come out and spend your Saturday off here to help people in the community, it's such a great thing. Lightbridge always is out there. They're always helping the community, and this is such a fantastic program because without the help of all these volunteers, they wouldn't have all their work done today. So thank you for spending your day with them.
Guy Fazvan is the owner of Lightbridge. What are you up to now? 72 different daycare centers? How many?
101.
101. Gee, I got to keep up.
101, 5 states.
I was 5 states. I was Guy's accountant, and the very first one he opened up was Island or Woodbridge first?
Island was first.
Island was first. Little place on Gill Lane. And then you went to Woodbridge, and you went just all over the place.
Yeah, we are all over the place.
101 different places.
Yep.
And you guys all work in the ones in Woodbridge, Island and Woodbridge?
Island and Woodbridge. Yep. And some volunteers from not there.
And how long have you been doing this?
20 years. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary this year.
Of tooling around?
Yeah, no, well, tooling
20 years as a daycare center, right?
It's Lightbridge Academy. Tooling around town, I think since, 2004? Used to be Christmas in April.
Right. Oh, so you have been going around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little guy up here, come here.
That's cool.
You're the youngest member of the crew here. Tell me what you're doing and why you're doing it. Fix the camera there. Tell me, what did you do? What's your job today?
I was scraping and painting.
All right.
And holding the ladder for me.
Yeah, and helping him.
That was an important job.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How does it make you feel?
Feels awesome, so I can help other people and help them do other things.
All right, that's exactly the point. All right. Well, thanks, folks. Okay. You guys are wonderful. Do a lot of great, as Debbie said, do a lot of great things in our town. We really appreciate everything.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Sandwich Station. They did a great job with the food. Everybody enjoyed the food, right? It was great.
Oh, they make did they bring any Thanksgiving wraps? They make a great turkey with stuffing and cranberry and mashed potatoes, and they make
No, we
a
didn't
great
get
sandwich.
Thanksgiving dinner,
You didn't get
but
that?
we did
All
get
right.
some great subs.
All right, great. So, Nick and Rita, anything last words you want to say to this great crew?
We just want to thank them again for everything that they have done. Really, we really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you, folks. Yes. All right, we'll be back. Okay, we're here now at the home of John Farwell on Hawthorne Avenue in Colonia. John's a good friend of mine, a St. John Vianney guy and a baseball fan. He's got his Yankee hat there, so he's okay in my book. And Jack Cassidy, his friend, and a whole group behind us from the American Irish Association. The group, I guess, split up, and a bunch came here, and a bunch were doing the other house we saw earlier. And, of course, Councilwoman Debbie Meehan. So, John, let me start with you. Tell me about the program here. There, looks like, what are they doing? They're painting your ramp?
They're painting my ramp, and they're going to be working on my house.
Okay, you had the very first ramp ever done in the Tooling Around program, 2003 or so, when it was called Christmas in April?
Yeah, 20 years ago.
20 years ago. So you had the first ramp ever done, and now they're coming back and painting it. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Jack, tell me about the rest of the project. What are you guys working on here?
Well, we're power washing the entire house and scraping all the dried and peeling paint and cleaning up the property. And probably by next weekend, we'll be painting the house and completing the job. And I thank everybody that came from Dunkin' Donuts and from the American Irish and any other volunteers. So thank you so much.
And don't forget lunch.
Oh, yes.
Barbecue.
Oh, yes, Colonia Barbecue. Sophia, thank you for your donation and strawberries for the pizza that you sent. Thank you so much. Right, God bless everybody.
Does anyone want to say a few words?
Sure. This is a great group we have out here today to help John. Your hard work and just spending the day here to volunteer to help somebody in our community. I know all of your faces, the Dunkin' Donuts crew and the Irish group, and you really do good things, and you really make this program come alive. And without you, we couldn't have this. So thank you for all your hard work.
I guess, Cindy, are you the ranking officer in the Irish Club, or who is? Karen? Or Jane? You are. Okay, come on up and say a few words on behalf of the Irish.
Hi, I'm the treasurer for the American Irish Association, and this year we're actually split, as John said, into a couple of groups. We've got some
people came here, and you sent everybody else over there.
The lighter work is over here,
right.
And the one more skilled jobs are at the house in Fords. But we really enjoy doing this every year. We look forward to it, and it really is very fulfilling.
Great. And I just want to use this opportunity because I get quite a few complaints about John Farwell. I don't know if you realize this. I get quite a few complaints in Colonia because there is, in fact, a speed limit on these streets. But when John gets his wheelchair going, he zips in and out of Inman Avenue and Amherst up and down Hawthorne here so fast that it's a danger to society.
There's two potholes, too.
There's whole potholes. Thanks, pal. Thanks, pal. All right, you got even. I'll learn not to pick on you anymore. All right, thanks. We'll be back, folks. Okay, we're here now in Colonia and Oxford Road with May Kiefer, the homeowner, and of course, Debbie Meehan, our councilwoman. May, tell me about the program and what's doing for you today.
I'm happy to have you people here doing what you're doing for me. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. As you get older, you just can't do these things, you know. And also the bus service that you put in, or I call it bus service. It's the van service. It is fantastic, and I have been using it.
Yes, where do you go? What do you do?
Most of mine are going to, now that I'm older, doctors.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me about today. We'll get into the senior transportation in a minute. Tell me about today. What are they doing for you, the workers?
They're supposed to be putting mulch around.
Okay.
And
don't you have something we had to take out of the basement, too, didn't
your men were here over.
Oh, they were already here.
Morning.
Okay, great.
fantastic. Just knocked on my door and says, "Don't you have metal coming out?" I said, "Yes." I didn't know who to say yes to.
But let strange men in your house to take out a washer? Or?
To take out a refrigerator.
Refrigerator, okay.
And honest to God, I do appreciate that.
You're one of my favorite people because you're like afraid to ask, you know? She sees me in everything. It's like, "Can I talk to you, Mayor? I got something in my refrigerator in my basement. Can somebody help me take it?" Like, you're afraid to talk and ask me, but we love helping people like you.
Do you?
Oh, my gosh, this is so great.
I think it's an imposition.
No, not at all. It's why we do it. Right, Deb? Go ahead, say a few words.
Especially for our seniors here in Woodbridge Township, where they need a little help and a little love, and it's so nice. We've been out all day today, and it's been such a humbling day to see the community come out to help each other, and it is so heartfelt, and it's good that we have these programs in place for people that really need it and can't get these things done without the program.
Thank you.
So we're glad
Don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah, we're glad
Oh,
we
my
can
God.
help.
And I do. I don't like to ask. Bill, my husband either. We never would ask. We always felt it was an inconvenience for you guys.
No,
You had
no,
enough.
no.
that's
Exactly
what the
why
program's
we love you so
for.
much. Yeah.
You know?
That's
And
what
we
the
got a group
program's
here
for.
from Metro Park Assembly God. This is their second house. They're doing 2 houses today.
He told me.
Yeah, they've got a whole crew come on the way. They're on their second
The
house.
pastor told me.
Yep. They're doing great work. We love the work they
Really?
do for us. Yep.
Oh, okay. Because I've never met. I met him the other day. He came.
And who's the food from? Kate. Who?
Rosie's.
Oh, Rosie's Cafe has the food. Okay, Rosie's is on Avenel in Colonia, right down the street here. So they're bringing the food. That's great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got people donate everything. We got people donate labor, food, water, everything.
Oh, okay.
So back to senior transportation. Do you go to the concerts?
I'm going to start this year.
Oh, you are? Okay,
Oh,
great.
definitely. You really convinced me the other day when you were speaking.
I did?
Yes.
Boy, that's
Yes.
good. That's good. Yeah, Monday nights are probably your best venue, right? The 50s and 60s?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. We got the doo-wop bands and the Duprees and the Happenings and the Cameos and all those kind of bands that play all that music from the 50s and 60s.
That's fantastic.
Looking
And
forward to seeing you
I
there.
haven't done that in anything like that. Years and years.
That's why the buses are great transportation.
Yes.
They had to convince me. I didn't want to do it. Let the county do it, and I didn't want to do it. Didn't want to do it. They finally convinced me, and we expanded it, and we got more buses and more services. I was so wrong for so long. We should have done it a long time ago.
I agree there. Yes, you should have.
Oh, thanks. What is it? Pick on the mayor day?
Why not? At least I've got somebody to pick on. I'm not here by myself.
All right. Well, thanks
Oh,
very much
John.
thanks for letting us help you.
No, thank you. Please, I appreciate it, and I tell everybody. I said it's such a nice feeling to know that you can go to him or anybody in town hall, and ask for help. And I didn't realize that it took me all these years to finally, sink in that I wasn't causing a problem.
Not at all. Not at all. We love
Okay.
helping people.